Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have with us Sharda Ryan, who's a financial advisor with Wealth Design Group. Sharda, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to learning what you do and who you serve, but get us started with your story and your background. How did you get into financial services?
Sure. Yeah, thanks for asking me that. I was a single mother in my 30s, raising my daughter, and I was a manager at Starbucks. And there was a gentleman that would come in and, he would start talking to me, and I could tell that he was in some type of financial services position. And so finally, I sat down and talked to him one day, and he said to me, what would happen to your daughter if something happened to you? And I just thought, wow, nobody's ever asked me that before. They don't teach you those kinds of things in school, budgeting, credit, life insurance, things like that. So he was my first mentor, and he was the person who started me into the foray of life insurance and then financial advising. And so I owe a lot to him, and that's how I got started.
That's amazing. And it's the power of strategic questions. Right. You could have sat down and he could have said, oh, well, what we do is, and let me show you this product. And you would have been like, stop. But he asked a question. And it got you thinking. And it really, I've heard it said years and years ago where someone would go, oh, hey, imagine in your basement, you've got this really special machine and it prints out all legal $100 bills 24 hours a day. And the government gave it to you and it's all legal. Wouldn't you want me to come by once a month and just maintain it, make sure it's going to run all the time and grease it, lube it? Of course you would. Well, that's kind of like the monthly maintenance. And that's similar to how life insurance works because you're a money-making machine. So I love that he asked you some really, really great questions. So you got into the business and then started focusing on serving specific clientele, specifically women. So what are the unique financial issues that women face?
Yeah. So recently I started focusing specifically on single women. So that could be childless single women, widows, divorced mothers, because I believe that, and it's in statistics and all the studies have shown that we all know that, women make less than men. They live longer, so they have longevity issues. They're more likely to be the caregiver. And also, since they spend more time out of the workforce, they tend to save less for retirement. So I like to focus on those women who need that specific tailored planning, because I myself know what it was like as a single mother and just kind of being out there on my own. So having someone that can advocate for you and truly be educational and helpful, that's where my passion lies.
I love that you picked a specific niche of target audience that relates to your personal area of expertise because you are one. Or you have that history where you could say, hey, look, let me tell you a couple little pitfalls that I can, prevent you from making. So that's huge. I want to go a little bit deeper on what you said about lifespan because, numbers don't lie, statistics don't lie. But, unfortunately, women tend to make less than men. That's a whole other issue, which is not right. But let's talk about lifespan because statistically, women will live longer than men. Well, when you're looking at a financial plan, all of a sudden, some of those standard numbers like retire at this age and then have money last this many years, sometimes those go out the window when you're working it up for women. So talk a little bit about lifespan and how you approach that with serving your clients.
Right. So, in the typical financial plan, we will project out to, say, age 90. Well, if a woman is 80 and her spouse dies at around the same age, 80, the likelihood that she'll live past 90 is even higher. And the likelihood that she will need long-term care for longer.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.